Last time, we left off somewhere deep in the night, legs heavy, mind hanging on by a thread, and that's where the story paused. But it's also where redemption began. Because the truth is, every finish line starts where most people stop. And for me, that line was drawn back at mile 62, the place I quit 1 year ago. Now, coming back wasn't about revenge or proving something to anyone else. It was about facing the version of me that didn't believe he could. This episode is what happens when you go back to finish the conversation you left unfinished. This is the Ostrich Running Podcast, Kodiak 100, Part 2. Cue that intro music.
Who says you need to fly to reach the top? Keep beating your block till your feet are hot. Get your head out the sand, join the flock. It's okay to run scared, we enjoy the lie.
Welcome back to the Ostrich Running Podcast. I'm your host, Nick Meraz, and this is it. Kodiak 100, the Redemption Race, Part 2. Before we get into it, I want to let you know about this product right here, Ostrich Running's very own Ostrich Salt. It's what fueled me through this entire race. Its light flavor profile was so easy to drink the entire race. For 34 hours, I did not stop and I did not get tired of it. It really helped me out a lot. My gut was great because of the low sugar content. I had no cramping, no issues. Aside from the ankle injury, my body felt really recovered after. My immune system was good to go. I didn't get sick after the race. I think this product is just amazing, and I hope you all get the opportunity to try it. Visit ostrichrunning.com and try your starter bundle kit today. Without further ado, let's get right into part 2 of the episode.
I ate it, yeah. Mm-hmm. I tried to eat at like noodles at every aid station, right, just to kind of keep it like a meal going.
Why do you guys have bags there?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Drop bags.
Drop bags.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those are to replenish your food sources that you have on there, are on you for the next segment.
I didn't realize how much of a journey this is.
Yeah.
And then I criticized you in the beginning, like, I don't know how you eat or something. No, I completely understand why you have
to eat because it's like, there's no way you'll survive.
Yeah.
Your body wouldn't, there's just no way.
Right.
It's just impossible.
Yeah.
So, I mean, some people just eat. Well, look, if you're a fast runner who can do it in 16 hours, 17 hours.
We're not even talking about those.
Yeah, like, we're not going to talk about those freaks. Yeah, I mean, maybe you're just doing liquid stuff and it's a little bit, easier, it's less time out there, but you're putting in a significant effort.
Yeah.
I still can't believe how those guys managed.
All I saw was a dot on the little map that just went just kept moving.
Yeah.
Like it was like a gazelle, moving up and down.
Yep.
They're like, this is Nick. These are the other guys. Look at them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're
7-minute, 8-minute miles or
just
something.
Not human.
Yeah.
Not human. I don't know. They're just...
They must black out. And just like...
It is insane to me.
Yeah.
I would love to be able to do something like that and run that speed, but I don't know how you can even get to that. I mean, there's probably a way.
Yeah.
But, so the
anyone's
race...
going to find it.
The race was, kind of crazy, and, my toenail's falling off. So, it was just wild, man. But it was going through that last section after I saw my wife.
So 25 to 50.
25 to 50.
What happens?
Oh, man, I don't know.
This is a lot of night running now?
This is all the night running, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm locked in, man. I still felt great.
What are you looking at?
Nothing. I just zoned out.
Just you focus on your little light in front of you?
Yeah.
Are you hearing animals?
I had music in at that point.
Can't hear the bear.
Yeah. But I was just, because I knew survive the night, run through till the sun comes up. Just run till the sun comes up.
8 hours or something of just running at night.
Yeah, but it didn't feel like 8 hours, man. Like it really went by quick. I just got really good at disconnecting.
Yeah.
And I just locked in and I'm just cruising, dude. And
no injuries, nothing.
No injuries. And maybe I felt a little something, but I didn't really feel the problem that I had that remained from the rest of the race until mile 50. I would say 55-ish, 55. So when I passed the 50-mile mark, at that aid station at 51, I was like, okay, what
That's where
happened?
Sally or your wife meets you again.
Yeah, she met me again there, and I was a little out of it. I told her, my knee or my leg kind of hurts right now. I was like, but other than that, it's 50 miles. That's nothing too crazy. Rolled back out, kept running.
We have to talk about too how, as Nick's wife, she easily probably ran 100 also, because she did not sleep at all. I tried my best to get her to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And she was just on it.
Yeah.
From the beginning to the end,
Uh-huh.
thinking about everything that you need, making sure that she's going to try and be at aid stations. She was trying to get to aid stations where she wasn't even legally allowed to go. Like, to be honest, they had to, or somebody had to tell her, like, hey, if you help them in the middle of aid station, you get disqualified.
Yeah, exactly.
Or else, I think she would have ran this thing with you almost. Like, she would have been at so many different spots.
Well, I heard the nightmare of the bus situation that was happening.
Oh yeah.
And
We're not even going to talk about getting back on the bus. And it's like, honestly, she made a great comparison. Getting back on buses, thank God she knows how to, like, work her way in. And they did the whole Titanic.
At baseball games, she's like, she's a crowd navigator. I'm gone.
She is 100% the best crowd navigator ever. She figured out, I mean, it was like boarding the Titanic. That was the analogy that we used. Thank God she figured out a way to, or they figured out that all kids need to go first.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. So
Women and children
are first on the boat. And then she was like, grab Winston. For some reason, he's your kid right now. So that we can all jump on this. But it took forever. It was like,
where did you get this white baby from?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so it's my son. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly. And it took like another 30 minutes to 45 minutes maybe to get back on one of the buses.
Oh my gosh, man.
It's an experience being part of the crew.
Yeah, that's crazy. So far from the crew experience, we had the storming of the beaches of Normandy and trying to get on a lifeboat at Titanic.
Yes.
That sounds awesome. Guys.
And they're getting more irritated than you guys are. Like the people trying to get on.
Yeah.
Some guy just bum rushed. It's like, I don't care. I'm getting on. The bus drivers are like, no, I'm done. I'm not taking any more. So the first bus dropped off people. Everybody started bum rushing the boat. And then, the bus. And then she was like, no, everybody get off my, I'm not taking anymore.
Oh.
They're like, really? You can't, you're probably going to pass by.
Yeah.
The thing. No, not taking anymore. So then we had to wait for another bus to come. Yeah.
That's insane.
People are shivering. Like, you should train to be part of the crew a little.
Yeah. And so, okay. Now, this 100-mile race is different from other 100-mile races.
Yeah, in everything.
Because of that aspect. So UTMB, they shuttle crew.
Right.
There's other 100-mile races where your crew only shows up to the spot and you drive your own cars and you go all around.
Yeah, that's what it turned into. Like,
I know. Yeah. I was like, how did you guys end up here?
Yeah.
It looked like everybody was like, nah, we're done.
Yeah, we're done with these buses. So
when I saw you guys at 66, that's where it was.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so from
25 to 50.
Yep, it was that whole
Nick
experience.
is running in complete darkness.
Yeah, and it was fine. But there was a segment that was the last aid station. So to when I met up with you guys, so it was probably mile 57, maybe 60-ish. There was this, I don't know, man, I could feel it. Something happened, and I never, there's not one single moment where I twisted my ankle, but I felt something happening and it was getting painful. And we had this super rocky technical climb, and I knew something was up because I could not even run. And I could normally run a section like that. And
we're talking about from now, we went through 25 to 50. Mm-hmm. Now we're at 50 to 75.
66 is where I
We got to talk about also how smart Nick is. Nick knew from his last race that it would be good to have a
pacer. Yes.
So we got to talk about Cody.
Yes. I mean, as you heard in the previous interview, like portion on the trail, Cody was the people's pacer out there.
He is the people's pacer.
He's the people's pacer. The all-encompassing. This man, the reason why I enjoyed it so much is I've known him from since I was 15 years old,
Right.
you know, and we've been through a lot together as kids, joined the military together. You know, he was another person who just welcomed me back with open arms after my hiatus to the party world that I was living.
Right.
And it was like we didn't miss a beat, right?
You're a runner?
He's not a runner.
Nah.
So he's done Ironman, right? He's done 50-milers. I knew he's capable.
He was one of our earlier interviews on this.
Yes,
So go back and watch.
Yes, the one with an Ironman. And, you know, he's just a positive person. He's got a lot of grit about him. He knows how to motivate. He knows how to push through hard things.
I only knew him from the interview.
Yeah.
But when you meet him outside of the interview, he definitely reminds you of the guy in Flight. Like
John Goodman
in Flight.
Yeah,
when he shows up for Denzel at the end.
Needs, a lot of cocaine.
He needs a lot of help. Yeah, he shows up. He has this positive energy. He's like, "We're gonna do this."
Yeah.
First, Nick said, he might need me for like 10 miles. Then it went to 20 miles. He's like, you know what? Just come out and let's do a 40.
Yeah. Do a 50K.
Do a 50K.
Yeah. Which is 34 miles was the final plan that, you know, leading into it, where I said, you know what, I'm just going to, as per my coach again, she's like, have him come at 66 before the Sugarloaf climb. Because I told her the same thing. I was like, half marathon? She's like, no, dude. So again, shout out to my coach for, you know, convincing me and telling me what I didn't even know I needed. She knew already. And
I didn't get a detailed plan of everything that was going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were like, Juice doesn't even need to know. The more we tell him, probably the worse it's going to be.
Worse it's going to be.
Yeah. So he shows up and he's just like, okay, I'm ready to do this. I'm taking that room, which was the room I'm staying in. And he's like, if you want, you can come in here.
Come sleep in this bed.
Come in here and cuddle. We're all, you know.
There, side story, maybe nobody needs to know this, but it paints a picture is what I should say. Yeah. When we were in the Navy, I had a place in San Diego, and there was a time that Cody stayed with me. We also had another buddy that stayed with me as well. So at one point, in a 2-bedroom apartment, we had 4 people living, right? And my roommate at the time had his room, and there was, in my room, myself, Cody, and our other buddy Mike, all sleeping in one bed. And we didn't care because we've known each other since high school, and we've been through so much, and it wasn't weird for us, right? We're just 3 grown men sleeping in the bed together. So Cody is definitely
the person you want doing this.
Yeah. He'll make you not feel weird about it, right? Yeah. But you just met Cody and said, come on and sleep in this bed.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And he went.
But I can definitely see why you chose him. Like,
yeah,
the energy, that's the energy you're going to want.
Yeah, for sure.
When you're up in the woods and like have to go through all the stuff.
We saw people's pacers falling out on this race.
I saw people's pacers falling out. When at the first aid station, which I was there, I saw people being like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah. It was crazy. And, I couldn't do that. You know, I think I could have picked him up at mile 44. I don't know. There was an earlier spot, but I wasn't going to do that to him. I was like, I even told him out there that I needed to suffer on purpose to that point, right? I needed to go past the furthest I'd ever gone on my own and just prove that to myself. So mile 1 to 62 is the furthest I'd ever gone, right? 62 miles. 4 miles after that is when I got to pick up Cody. So in my mind also, I was like, I need to suffer. I need to do this at this point all on my own up in here, because then I know I had that climb. I didn't know I was going to be injured going into that portion. We take away that injury, I finished that race probably in 29 hours. I felt so good.
Yeah.
Maybe 31 hours, you know?
Right.
But I felt so good. But that wasn't what was written in the cards for that day. So yeah, there had to have been something, right? So somewhere along the way from 51 to 66, I injured my ankle and I could not even run up that segment. And that's why it took me so long to get to you guys at that point. And when I saw you guys, I was like, okay, hey, I'm kind of hurt.
Well, you can, from our perspective, so your wife knew, Sally knew that Nick's not looking good because we're getting pictures of you just lied. You had to sleep for.
Well,
that wasn't.
That was later on.
That was later on.
Yeah, so that was after I picked up Cody. So we'll get into that one.
Right.
So this one going up there.
Oh, this
some segments that nobody.
Cody?
Yes, before Cody. That
Oh,
nobody
you hurt your
saw.
ankle before
I hurt my ankle before Cody, and when I got to you guys, I was in a lot of pain already. I had stopped running. Like
I wasn't there. She was
months.
just there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was not good. I was not in a good spot. I could feel it hurting. It felt like just pain.
Yeah.
Just a lot of pain. Like I was on no.
It just happened quick.
I didn't. I can't pull it from one single moment.
You didn't.
It was just. It was just once I hit this certain segment, and I went to run up this. Something just kept hurting, and then I had to climb. And then as I was climbing, it was hurting. I'm like, oh no, this is
5 mile hill.
Just before I got to you guys.
Okay.
So then I pick up Cody. I would get out there. I was a little behind schedule, and we're running. And I'm like, hey, Cody. When we left going, and this is the Sugarloaf climb, which is the biggest climb of the entire race, right?
Everybody hated Sugarloaf. All I kept hearing from all the runners was Sugarloaf.
Yeah.
Watch out for Sugarloaf.
And I told Cody, I'm like, dude, I was like, I'm hurt right now. And, we had this conversation offline, and this is the beautiful thing about Cody. I told him like, I'm hurt. And he goes, okay. And this isn't like starting a minute into the race, like we're probably a mile in, and he's like, so what are we going to do here? And he's like, I was like, what do you mean? He said, what are we doing here? I know you're hurt. I can see you're hurt. He's like, are we preserving your body for future runs? Or are we going no matter what? And I sat for a second, and I just looked at him. I said, we're going no matter what. We're going to finish. And he's like, that's all I need to hear. And he never let me
Is day breaking like at this time? Like
it was already day. I got to them when the day. I ran the whole night myself, and day had already come through. I'd survived the night.
It's like 6, I think.
Yeah, it was like so. I was supposed to get there about 7:30 in the morning. I ended up getting there about 8:30.
Okay.
And so like probably an hour behind schedule at that point. And we just go on the climb, and he's just like, don't give it a voice. Let's just keep going. Let's keep moving. Man, I found like a second wind, and we started kind of jogging up, and then that second wind
Sugarloaf is 6 miles up.
6 miles up, yeah. And so I'm going for 6 miles a second.
Is there a lot of hills before this? Like, is this going to be the biggest
This
climb
is the biggest climb, but I'll tell you, there's some climbs after that that are not the biggest climbs, and they look like nothing on that map, but holy shite. Those things were a nightmare, and I'll get into that later. But we're just climbing, and I'm like, dude, he's like, just keep moving. Then my body starts shutting down, and I'm like, start feeling the overnight running, and I'm like tired, and my body just all of a sudden loses all its energy. I think it was trying to fight the pain.
Right.
My whatever natural painkillers I had, my body exhausted energy. It was the accumulation of the 66 miles to that point. Did you take
a lot of painkillers?
I had one. I'd taken one or two throughout like that segment, but it was told to me not to take any more.
Right.
But I went up, and I'm like, dude, I gotta lay down. And he's like, keep moving. I'm like, I'm falling asleep right now. And I was like, give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes, I freaking fall asleep, and he's like, it's been 4 minutes, Nick, let's go. And I'm like, okay. And then as soon as I would take
this 4 minutes. Is this the top of Sugarloaf?
Not even close to it.
Not even
4
close?
miles from the top.
2 miles in.
Yeah, 2 miles in, and now my body was shutting down. Climb, and as soon as I get that, then I can fight through the pain. I have a little burst of energy, and then I'm like, dude, I need to lay down again. Are you
retaping your ankle? Like,
no,
what?
This is just, I didn't even want to take I didn't even want to take my shoes off, my socks off. I didn't want to look at it. I didn't want to, deal with it. It just hurt.
I don't acknowledge
so bad. And this is what he told me. Don't acknowledge it. Deep down through all of that, like hearing it, I was like, this is bad. This is really bad. This is so bad. How am I going to do this? Fortunately, I'd done well enough to get to that point that I was in good position to be slow. That's the only, so that was the first saving grace, right?
Right.
we get up to Sugarloaf and we start coming down, and I can't even run down the hill. This is where you're supposed to make up time. But like as you're,
This is something you told me
Yeah.
too. Is coming down hills is actually you have to train for that.
yes, you do.
Yeah, it's actually very hard
Yeah.
to come downhill. It's completely different muscles.
It takes a toll. It's all this front right here, right?
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
coming down the hill, I couldn't even, like, you can see my ankles still jacked up, and it was not able to extend, and it was the worst pain ever. But, you know,
Is there a strategy? Like, are you on your sticks more? Like, do you?
I was trying to get my sticks, my trekking poles to like support me, and then I was able to find a stride where it would just catch my leg a little bit and take the pressure off, almost like running with a crutch.
Yeah.
But dude, you find this. Imagine you dig deep, you know, for the final few minutes of a soccer game, right? And you're like, I'm giving it everything I have to just stop this ball and go and try and get a ball and sprinting the whole field to whatever I got to do to score this winning goal, right? And you freaking survive it to the end and you score the winning goal, and then but you have to you're like, okay, that's everything I did. Now, 10 minutes later, put yourself in the exact same scenario and do it again. And you're like, oh my God, where am I going to find this energy to get a second win and dig deep and run? And I found it through Cody, you know, through just going these cycles of this second win. And then I'm like hitting 11, 12-minute miles and going to the next aid station. And I think having Cody there and hitting those is the only thing that saved me from missing the cutoff, because if I didn't run probably the two
I mean,
sections,
you probably would have
there,
stayed asleep some of those times. Like
I would have stayed
extra 10
asleep.
minutes.
Yeah, I would have stayed asleep. I would have, even if he told me we can walk it out from here,
Yeah.
let's just walk the last 34 miles, you know, it is what it is, I would have finished probably right at the very end. Like, you know, we still beat it with 2 hours for the cutoff.
Right.
But if I didn't dig deep and run two segments injured, I wouldn't have finished that race.
Right.
I would have missed a cutoff because I would have walked too slow. I really could not. It was the most intense pain I've ever felt, and all I could think about was like, just keep moving.
Just take one more step.
Yeah.
And you still have 40 miles left to go.
Yeah, it
Like,
was insane. And
are you telling yourself like, I have 40 miles left to go? Or are you just like,
I was
don't.
going aid station to aid station. I wasn't even.
Yeah.
thinking
You're
about it.
not thinking about
I was
the
like, just
distance.
run this 6 mile segment. You can do this. Walk this 6 mile segment. You can do this. Boy, we get to mile 92.
Oh, no. Because I saw you at 60s, in the 60s.
So you saw me at 66, or you saw me at 72.
That was 72.
72. That when you saw me coming down from Sugarloaf.
Okay, yeah.
That was bad.
That was bad. You did not look good
I
at
was in
all.
bad shape.
Yeah.
I was in very bad shape.
Yeah.
And that was when.
That's when we retaped you. Actually,
Yeah,
finally.
retaped me, and Cody kept me eating, and kept me moving.
I'm looking like I
You're right, there's no way.
the juice. Yeah, he has the juice. No, the juice has to be weighing heavy on him right now. There's no way. This like we're both looking at you like.
Yeah.
I think everyone probably had more belief because they've seen you just do crazy things. But I was just like, if he's in that much pain and we sat you down in a chair and you're just like, just let me sleep for a little bit, guys. Like, give me 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And you're just like crunched over.
Yeah.
You're barely eating noodles. Like,
Yeah.
seems
Yeah.
like you're shaking, eating noodles.
Yeah. I was in a tough spot. And
I mean, what do you tell yourself to get through the pain of like, how did you finish Sugarloaf? Because it seems like you, from the outside, you entered like a meditation state. Like the only thing I can compare this to is like what I hear like Buddhist monks go through or something like.
that's 100% it.
Yeah.
I had the ability to disconnect and just detach. At times, I was eyeballs floating in this body that was not connected to any type of feeling. It was just like, all I was just observing from my eyes and just moving and hearing clank, 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 clank. And this is what happened when I get the second win, right? Clank, 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 clank. When we finally, like a few of those segments from 72 to like when we saw you guys at like 90, mile 90 or something like that, right? 92. That was mile, shoot, it wasn't even that. I saw you guys at 80 something, right?
Yeah. You still had 25 miles. You still have a marathon to go.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the last marathon, right? When I saw you guys there. That marathon, so right before that, I was flying through the neighborhood.
Yeah. When I saw you, you looked horrible from 60 whatever to 72.
Yeah.
How
did it shift? Your body just goes through this thing and
like he's not stopping. We tried to make him give up. He's not going to give up. So
yeah. And then, well, that was, I think, probably my last bit of, oh man, no, I can't even say that because I had one more in me. But it wasn't as long as that one. That was a full 6-mile segment that I was able to run pretty much the entire segment when up until I saw you guys where it had the marathon left. But
yeah, we went and got some food real quick.
Yeah.
Kids need to eat and everything.
And then
she was already like, we got to get to the next aid station. He is moving.
Yeah, I was moving, dude.
Yeah.
It was like, my body was just like, had this fire lit. I was like, I'm going to do this.
Was you seeing the kids at that point? Or?
It was getting the food in me. And then in my mind, I was like,
I mean, when they say the food, like you got to imagine he has like a little thing of noodles. He has maybe like a bite of a watermelon. He's telling everybody I don't even want to eat.
Yeah.
And
which is where you don't want to be
and you those packs that you guys just pound down that it can't be considered food. But
yeah, dude, I was flying though. And I think it was
you went from like looking like it was over to just like, okay, I'm ready. And then he just starts taking off another hill. I thought you were going to go down a hill.
Yeah.
You went the other way.
Yeah.
The trail took you the other way.
Yeah. And dude, I think it was a little bit of delusion because because I felt a lot closer. In my mind, I've ran so many marathons on a training run, right? I was like, I'm right there. There's just a marathon left. Boy,
no, this is not.
A marathon.
No. This isn't the marathon. This is 60. I'm still talking about when I saw you.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how'd you getting yourself from that to the last marathon when you said you were moving?
Yeah, I was moving. Yeah. Well, it's because to me, it was like, I don't know, man. Something in me was just like, I'm so close. It's still, something felt close about it either way.
Yeah.
Because, no, it was definitely, yeah, because when I saw you guys, it was a half marathon left. Whenever I saw you guys at the very, very last spot where you had
pizza. That's the last one. Yeah, so I saw you, then we went and got pizza, then we're seeing you at another one. Yeah. And they're like, you moved from there to the last marathon.
Yeah, and it was I don't know, something just was lit inside, but at that point though, like that was truly the last bit that I had left in me. And I was talking with Cody the whole time out there, and I said, we're leaving everything out here. I was like, I'm not going to have anything left when I cross that finish line. I was like, that's how I want it to be. That's how this race has to end.
Did you have a spiritual experience? Like you've been looking kind of a little bit of a fun.
So the question that had we all asked, right? And you and I have asked this several times, am I going to cry at the end of 100 miles?
Well,
right.
Okay. So let's get to the end at the end. So
this is
72.
Well, this is what I'm getting at. Okay. This is the point. It didn't come at the end because it came at mile 72 in that spiritual awakening. And I had a moment where tears just started flowing out from my eyes with Cody. And
you're running, or
we're running
at the end?
This is that section that I was flying. Remember when I was just flying and you're like, how is he moving? He was just going to be like dead. Yeah. Something came over me that I was.
So this is before we see you again?
Before you guys even see me.
Okay. I didn't know.
I am in this spiritual awakening moment. And tears are flowing in my eyes, and I like look at Cody and I'm like, holy crap, it's here. I was like, this is it. This is the moment that I was at. And the thing that was going through my mind was God had taken my legs for that moment and was just moving them for me. And you guys know I'm not like an overtly spiritual like preacher or any of that stuff. I respect everybody's like beliefs and views and all that. But in this moment, God had taken my legs and was moving them for me. And I like felt like I said, I was an observer of my body from like just my eyes. And I like felt a presence of God like with me, and I look at Cody and like he's a spiritual person, and I'm like, yeah, I feel this right now, and like the tears are flowing down.
Nothing?
No pain, not
Just floating.
just floating. And I was like, just before that, I'm like, God, please get me through this section. Let my legs work one last time. And like, I was like, please let my legs just get me through this section. And it just starts happening. And I'm floating, and I was like overcome with this like energy and spiritual awakening in the question that you asked. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is insane. My legs are doing it for me.
Are there hills at this point?
This was a very simple, it was hard.
Yeah,
it was hard asphalt, so it hurt, but it was smooth. It wasn't technical. And I was like, this is the moment that I'm going to have to make up time. And this is it. God, I need you. Make my legs work. And I'm flying and I'm floating and I don't feel anything. And I felt like I didn't even run that 6 miles on my own. And that wasn't the last time I prayed to God in that segment, because when they stopped working, I was like, God, is there one more in there? Can you make me run a 6 mile segment again? I would just like to be done in 3 hours, please. That didn't happen. But he made my legs still work.
You didn't even sit down at the next aid station.
I told you, man, there was only one aid station, 2 aid stations that I really recall sitting down at an entire race, just because I had no choice. And then 4 naps. But dude, it was, I hit there, and then all of the, come on, Nick, you can do this. Come on, second wind. Come on, praying to God. All of that was gone from mile 92 to the end.
I saw you at mile 70. You had a marathon left?
Yeah.
Okay, so the last 25 miles.
Yeah.
And the directors of this race are complete jerks.
Yeah.
Because they send you up another huge hill.
Oh my gosh. They send you up another huge hill.
You could have ran through the city somehow and like
up another huge hill, and then coming back down. And what made them even crazier was at mile 92, when you come back from the bottom of that hill, you circle around, and then they say, do you see that ski slope where people normally ski down? Run up the 7 miles to that. And all you're looking at is the gondolas. And I've snowboarded in Big Bear before, so I know how steep these hills are. And it's just like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. This is ridiculous. This is sadistic. Why am I doing this? I was like, I have nothing left. And I had one more second wind at that part where I was running again at mile 92, and you saw the video of that. And I'm going, but dude,
what's going on?
So now everything,
God's like, you're on your own now.
He let him work. He answered my prayers. He said, they'll turn for you. You know, it's not going to be pretty. But I think this is where the race was truly like, when all your prayers, all of your hypes, your anthems, your pump me ups, your self-talk, your prayers are gone. And there is just you.
And demon. And whatever is inside of you.
Just you. Yeah. It's just you and your soul just having this conversation. And it's like, what do you want to do? What are you about? And we get to, and we come down, and at this point, my watch had died, my phone's dying. And I think we're trying to calculate, okay, well, they said it's only 7 miles from this point. We've been going for this many miles. I think
the final boss of a movie.
Yeah,
sounds like really, this is like
it's crazy.
A movie or a game that you play, and it's like this last hill is looking at you. Like I picture an actual spiritual like.
It's crazy, man.
Uh-huh.
So we calculate, and Cody at this point, he's been going for a while, and he's been going slow. So his heart rate, and he's cold. It's freezing out there now.
Right.
You know, the night is hit. It's cold. It's freezing. His feet are hurting. Now we're in a point where we're both suffering. And he's trying to motivate me, but he's also feeling it. I know he's feeling it. And he's just hearing me suffer.
He's in his own head.
He suffers. Yeah, you know. And I think we calculate, we're like, we have to be at like 1.7 miles left. Let's just round up just to be, you know, safe. So we're not like, you know, discouraged when it's not it. Maybe 2.7 miles. So we're slowly shuffling along.
Talking to each other, nothing.
At this point, it's hard to even talk, and all it is just complaining for me.
Right.
We see a sign. It says finish line this way. We're like, oh my gosh, yes. And then we turn the corner and it says finish line 4 miles.
That is insane. Oh my God.
I see this.
Because you said you don't have your watch.
We don't have our watch.
When did your watch die? Because
it died at like 72 miles in.
Because that's telling you exactly everything.
Yeah, everything. So I had put it onto my phone, but at that point I wasn't looking at my phone. I'm just going. So I'm blindly just running, right? Going off Cody's watch, what he has. 1.7, 2.7 miles turns to 4 miles, and I see that sign, and that is a soul punch that I've never felt before in my entire life. Because now, knowing the pace that we're moving at, 25 to 30 minutes per mile pace, I'm doing quick math in my head. I'm like, okay, that's 100. That's almost 2 hours away. And I'm like, this is 2 more hours away. And I was like, legs, run, ankles, let me run. Let me freaking run. I'm in the dark right now. And I see that. And then this voice inside me just says, lay down and quit. And like, I heard it and I got so mad that I even heard that voice inside my head. Cody and I hadn't said anything probably for 30 minutes to each other at this point. And I shrieked the loudest F-bomb that the mountain has ever heard in its life. And I heard that thing echo through all of Big Bear. I could hear it bouncing out the mountains. And I'm like, after I see the 4 miles, and Cody later, he's like, you scared me, dude. Cause he jumps.
You talked about that.
Yeah. And I was just like, that was just me yelling at that thing. And I'm like, and I just like, we're just power hiking. We're just going.
Do you feel like that was the rat within, or what? Like, is that you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Just talking to someone.
That might have been, dude. That might have been the last. That might have been that demon in there that has always like maybe, like I talked about, like that was the death of something in there that was just like, just give up and quit. Because I heard that, and a vision of me just laying down and tapping out and telling, in a half second from when I heard that voice to the shriek, in that half second, I heard the voice. I saw myself laying down on the side there and telling Cody, I'm done. Tell them to go get the people. I'm done. And like this little video played in my head in that half second, like this whole thing in this split, like just gone right to the shriek. It all played out through there, and I was like, no, I'm not fucking doing this. And I shrieked the F-bomb, and I start powering as fast as I could. It was probably 25-minute miles. And I was like, but I'm just like, we're moving, and I'm like, I don't care. We're just going. And I'm like, Cody, I just want to see the end. I just want to see the lights. I just want to see the lights. When is this going to end? He's like, I know, man. I know. Just keep going. I was like, I just want to see the end. Show me some lights. I was like, we're still another hour away, man. He's like, it's all right, dude. It's okay. And I'm just like, you feel trapped at this point in darkness and cold, and something that is like you're on a treadmill and the end is just staying still, and you're just I don't even see the light, to be honest with you. I just wanted to see the light. I begged for the light at the end of the tunnel,
sorry,
which is
tears coming out, because this is like a story of life. Like,
yeah,
seriously,
dude.
It's like everything you go through in life, you did this, and like you see so many parallels.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
People having to push through in their everyday life.
It was crazy, man. And like, I just cannot get to the end, dude. And all I'm asking for is to see the light, just to see the finish line. I'm like, Cody, I just want to see the finish line. You don't want to just see the finish line.
Yeah.
Because the finish line, when we saw it, was 2.5 miles away, and all you hear is,
you can see it.
You can see little lights down there and hear faint screams and bells. And then that is the most discouraging thing. When you just thought you saw the most discouraging thing, try seeing the finish line from the top of a mountain, never getting closer, and the sounds of the screams never getting closer, and you can only faintly hear it, and it's a switchback, and it's a switchback, and it's a switchback, and it's pain. Dude, it was right there, and I'm like, what? And I was like, why did I ask to see the lights at the end? Why did I ask to see this? I don't want to. I was like, it's so far away, and it just was not ending. And I'm like, we
That
go
didn't give you
around.
more energy to like push towards it, or
Dude, like I said, I was in so much pain.
yeah,
I left it all out there. I left it all out there. I didn't even have any little bit to, most people when they go on like a marathon run or whatever, they got that last, like a lot of times they've been walking or like, and then they see the last 2 miles, like, yeah, I can run this out. And they run the last mile or two, right?
Yeah.
I didn't even have that. And I did exactly what I said. I was like, I don't even want anything left. Normally I'm one of those people who will run out the last 2 miles.
yeah.
Didn't have it in me. I was in so much pain, and you guys saw how slow I crossed that finish line. That was the fastest I could.
Faster than I thought.
That was the fastest I could freaking move, dude. And as soon as I crossed it, I didn't tumble because of emotion. I tumbled because of exhaustion of pain, and I just needed to not feel that pain, like a grinding of shins to feet. And it was to say the least, like, it felt good.
It was so incredible to watch you finish that, because I remember when I did the half marathon and I came in and I was like shaking on the side of the thing. And I'm like, he looks incredible. I know what he's been through. I can't imagine what it's like to do a whole 100.
Yeah.
But you just fell to your knees and then you still got up. You're still congratulating everybody, like thanking other people.
Yeah, man. My training was so on point. My muscles were not physically tired. I was just in so much pain from the ankle injury. That was the only thing.
Yeah, and you wouldn't let anybody carry you to the car.
Yeah, I was like, no, we're good. We're gonna walk this out.
How did you even walk to the car? Because I would have been like, medic, bring in the wheelchair. I would have been like, hey, you guys need to go find a wheelchair.
I had
somewhere.
felt so bad because all I knew was how late I kept you guys out there too. And I was so mad that I was like, my kids are cold. They're probably freezing out here and they're just waiting. I should have been there 2 hours ago. And yeah, dude, I felt bad because I knew that was a struggle to be sitting in silence, with that, because our phones had died, and we had no reception. So you guys didn't know when we were coming in. It was just probably waiting in blindness, like, all right.
No, well, it's crazy because on the little map that's following you, it just says imminent. So we thought it was like 10 minutes.
My finish would be imminent on it. So no matter what, I will be finishing is what that means.
I don't know what it means, but it shows the dot. It shows the dot at the finish line for an hour. So we're just like, did he stop? Like, there's this gap in the middle where you can't tell whether you're moving or not.
It went based off of my average pace from that I was moving from the whole time to get to that last aid station. Yeah. It guesstimates that I'm going to move that average pace the rest of the way through, but it didn't take into account that I had like doubled my time, was like struggling. So I should have already been finished.
I thought Cody was going to be like wheeling you across like the finish line or something. Yeah. And he said that Nick wouldn't let me carry him. Yeah. He wanted to do this on his own, which is crazy. Yeah,
it was like,
I would have been like, it's dark out here. We're going to work out a system where jump on my back for 2 minutes.
Yeah, it was wild. But needless to say, I sent you that video, David Goggins, saying it's these races where you pack 80, 10 years of life in 80 miles or 100 miles, And,
it's one thing to see them do it or someone to do it 100 on there.
Yeah.
It's different to be there and watch someone train and be whatever you call part of the crew.
Yeah.
And watch and just to hear your story now, to actually know somebody that really pushed through their first one.
Yeah.
Like you have,
Yeah, it was enlightening to say the least. And
so it's really motivating because it really feels like you found something out there that most people will not even find in their whole life.
Yeah, I don't know how else to manufacture being so out of the fight.
It's like war.
Yeah, but
it's
still,
like you guys coming back from the army, from a real war or something.
Yeah,
it feels like.
And
I don't want to compare the two, but
yeah, I mean, I can compare the two.
Yeah, you.
obviously there's differences, but like in the end, there's a battle. It's either do you want to come in or not, and oh man, this what a wave of emotions, what a wave of obstacles, what a wave of lessons, and what I have with me now is what my coach said, you know, no matter what, you're going to come out there, you're going to finish it, you're going to have this finish to pull probably for the rest of your life.
I was jealous, like watching you come in. I was just like, you want whatever he's feeling, like that sense of accomplishment, like whatever he had to push himself through and everything he did. And I admire so much that how do you push yourself when your ankle and you don't feel like you can go, and you push yourself through 40 more miles. When I ran a half marathon, I probably pushed myself through like three, and I'm like, I cannot do this. And when I got in the car, I'm like shaking. You're not doing anything. Like you were not. It's just like, yeah, all right, like yeah, we did it.
Cody, we were so mad that there was only 10
crazy.
people at the finish line cheering.
Oh yeah, that's a whole another topic. I swear to God, if I ever became rich enough, I'm throwing a different race. Like this is, he gets a belt buckle, by the way, guys. Which I don't want to hate on the belt buckle. I don't know everything about this world, but there's not that many people cheering for you at the finish line.
You know,
There's so many people that came in and got nothing. Like they didn't have any support there. I took a picture for them at the finish line on the thing, and they just acted like,
okay, next.
like you can tell at this, when you reach this level, the marathon is like average people.
And that's not average.
No, it's
Marathon.
not
so
average.
Insane,
it's not
you know?
average,
Yeah.
but it's like, that's the pinnacle for a lot of people in this running space. For you guys doing the 100, it's really like you guys are, I just want, like, it's like the organizers are saying, you're doing this for you. Like you're doing this.
Yeah.
You're right.
So it also answers the question, like, you know, do we do this for other people? And I got that answer out there too. It's like, are you really doing it for Instagram or for this or social media? Like for that finish line, like you see, that is a huge race.
You're not.
That is the biggest finish line.
Right. You're not doing this for anybody else because you're not getting the accolades when you come across.
And I thought about, you know, the buckle, right? Yeah, the buckles, you're like, that's it, right? And it's because it's not about any of that.
Yeah.
It's not about it's just, there's something so much more meaningful in that suffering and lessons and things that you get out of it. I wish that everybody could experience that at least once in their life. A full training cycle, a full, you know, race that's just so brutal.
That should be like a government requirement, and you have to run with all races and everybody. Like, yeah. Everybody has to get through that one time in their life. Maybe even a 50.
Do this.
Or something. But you have to run with different races and different stuff. Because real quick, I just heard, I was listening to someone talk about that everyone should go to the army and fight so we learn to be together. But you could either choose.
You're just nailed exactly what I was going to say.
You could choose the army or you could choose a 50.
Eric, welcome to your happy 18th birthday. Okay, so do you want to do 2 years mandatory service, or would you like to run this 100-mile marathon or ultra marathon? And you're like,
I'll give them
no, it's got to be 100.
100 with a group. 100. But you can do it with a group of people.
Yeah.
And maybe we give you a little bit more time. Than 36 hours or whatever. But you have to pull together.
And if you don't finish it, you have to go do your 2 years mandatory service. So it's like you're one shot.
Oh, you
get one shot, you know? And then they're like, that would be crazy. Don't let us run a government.
Together, though.
And then you will be in your society of people that are like, and
freaking gladiator.
You know what? Now that I finish this, I think I will go join and do my 2 years.
Right. I can push through. You could pretty much push through anything.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So that night, what did it feel like to finish? Like how?
I couldn't. It was a surreal moment. I was still in a lot of pain. I was so happy that I finished. I was so happy to be around everybody.
You had pizza.
I still hadn't even processed.
Pizza.
Yeah, I had another slice of pizza. I hadn't really processed everything. It's such a whirlwind, and you're kind of in this state of shock. my lessons didn't come until the days after. The immediate day after was just, ouch. And I just look back like, how did I even do that, man? How did it, like, my ankles were so bad, but I woke up the next morning, I felt better than I'd done after some marathons. I felt so good, muscle wise, back wise, everything. Just these ankles were jacked up, man. And all I could think of was like, how fast would I have finished if my ankles didn't do it?
You're still thinking about like
My
what
performance
could it did? Yeah.
Yeah, if these ankles didn't slow me down, what an amazing performance I would have had, you know? But
did you feel like spiritually lighter, or even now, like
I'm still going through it. My hormones are all messed up.
you're still like, I can't believe I did it? Or you always knew?
Dude, this is honestly, and like what we talked about passing on my dog, like this has been an emotional week after this race. Like,
and going into it.
yeah, dude.
Really?
Yeah, it was, it's been wild. I started to feel like a little bit of the tiredness. The high from the finish line wore off, and I just was like waking up and falling asleep. So I felt like the energy levels. I've started walking again, just to keep the movement going, just hoping that this heals up, just fine. And
As you said, toenail just fell out as we're recording.
yeah, I'm right here.
Just literally, it's like,
I'm
I'm good.
I was like, oh, okay, that popped off. And one blister right here that's like popped out from here. I gotta probably get rid of that. But my feet are very lucky. I don't get too many blisters on my feet. Yeah.
What did you learn about yourself?
I think it's the biggest thing that I said is that I can complete something that I truly set my mind to. We've all, as long as we've known each other, right? We've always had these visions, these dreams. Gotta make a movie. We got to do this. We should do this. We should do this music. We should do that music, right? There's always that dream, right? Like, and we've always like said a dream out loud. It's never followed through to that end, right? And it's not saying that like, this is easier or that's easier. It's just like, if this is the first time in my life that I've envisioned a goal that is very difficult to achieve, and went out and got it, and like to the way I asked for it, right? I believe that I finally like can say something out loud and go accomplish it and achieve it, and it happened, and that was huge. Like a lot of work went into it, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of work, emotional sacrifice, everything just went into that. And to come out on the other side, accomplishing what I got was just huge.
Did the finish feel like you expected? Like, is this how you thought you would feel?
The actual finish line?
Yeah, I mean, not the actual, like,
the
completing
post,
it. Yeah.
Completing it?
Yeah.
Yes. I will say I got what I asked for. Like, I feel satisfied in the feeling, because had I also not got the ankle injury, I think we heard it said from Jarett versus the world, when he was chasing his sub 3:30 marathon.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm actually kind of glad I didn't get it that first time around, right? Mm-hmm. Because then he would have been cocky and big-headed, whatever. I'm very glad and grateful that I had something to struggle with, because had this have been a 28 hour finish when we were trying to get 30, oh man, who knows what monster would have been on the other end, dude.
You just killed it.
Yeah, because and then I came through feeling not even sore the next day. I'm like, guys, I need to sore. What else should we do?
Right.
500? Yeah. Yeah, we could do this. So I think it was fitting that the redemption had an added challenge that was unprepared for.
Is this?
And I shouldn't say unprepared because obviously I was prepared because I fought through it mentally.
Yeah.
But that I wasn't planned, and I'm not keep plan for it.
I'm gonna go over some of the questions that I just have because this is so interesting. Is this gonna change the way that you approach life from now on?
100%. 100% how I approach life. Nothing seems impossible now.
Yeah, nothing, right?
Not one thing seems impossible.
Yeah.
Not one thing. Not one vision for this brand will be whatever it is. It will be. It'll be. This podcast will be a huge show.
I would say
it doesn't seem impossible.
looking at you feels like you are like enlightened.
Do I
Like
have
the
a
way
little
your eyes,
halo,
it
like-
feels like there's a glow.
Yeah.
There's like a glow over you now, and a lot of you runners, I think, might have this.
Yeah. For sure.
It's like this is meditation.
Yeah.
Like all Buddhists, actually. And it's like, look, I can teach you enlightenment. Just follow me.
I'm a
Just
Shaolin
run.
monk.
Just run with me on this journey. I can show you.
I can show you the path to enlightenment. Follow me as we go through this journey of pain and suffering and a lot of chained ass.
Do you know the meaning of running scared now? Like at mile 90, did you get a point where were you running scared of something at some point that helped you or pushed you forward?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Not once. I know I said I had that voice come in through my head where I said, lay down and quit. Not once through that entire race did I not think I was going to finish.
Yeah.
I just knew. It was just a matter of what time.
Were you running scared of the last speed now?
In that beginning part, I was flying. I was like, do not be behind schedule. Do not be too modest in this beginning. But I think I ran scared. Yeah. The unknown of what was waiting, how long I had to go. There was a lot of run scared moments.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, is this gonna get better? Is this ankle gonna really stop me? Will this last to the end of the race? It was a question of that. So I walked scared for that portion, but I feel like it is run scared to healing. Towing the line was the run scared. Just towing the line. Not everything that came in between it, but starting that race was the run scared.
Yeah.
Because if I was really truly scared to not heal, I would have never started it or tried again.
Yeah. How did your family was there throughout the whole time? How did they
Motivate me?
No, how did they take this whole experience? Like how? What?
I don't think I'm allowed to run 100-mile races for a while. I'll wait to see if I've earned the right to run 100 miles
I'd
again.
say at least could you pick like a beach resort? Like
Maybe if I do, I'll do ones where you guys just crew me along the whole way, where we create our own crew portion and you guys drive and then go sleep in the van. Oh my gosh, I'm scared. I thought it was my wife. We can't talk about 100 miles.
That was a bullet. I like if you chose like the Bahamas or something, and then it's like, oh, we'll meet him on the beach. Like we'll meet him over there,
All right, dude.
right next to the lobster.
And then I'll hear, there's fucking sand everywhere.
Yeah.
Why can't you choose something else?
Japan.
Yeah, and then I'd hear, the humidity is terrible.
Yeah.
Why?
No, I mean, it's not going to be a good situation. I guess Big Bear might have been.
Yeah, I think it was nice.
Well, that's a good segue. So, where's Nick going to take it from here?
What's next? Well, January 10th, I have a 50-mile race coming up.
Which no one's going to even care about.
Nobody's
Now you
going
finished
to that.
that. You're like, isn't that so crazy? You're just going to wind yourself now at 50? So, like, everyone's going, oh, he's just doing a 50. He'll be fine. He knocks
Yeah,
out
what
50.
time are you going to be home? Driving back
Yeah. Oh, this guy drove home a little bit.
down the mountain a little bit till I got a bloody nose.
But you got a bloody nose that night, too.
Yeah, I got a bloody nose that night. I was just bleeding.
And then I got another blitz.
Just
that was that
inside
night.
your body's just
Just
erupting.
it was just
The
like
muscles are ready, but
muscles are ready, but it was just so dry. The wind, you felt that wind blowing. It was so dry up there. Super dry.
Yeah, my lips are still chapped.
Oh, it was so
Yeah,
dry.
we're not even gonna talk about what the juice had to do. I'm more bandaged up than he is.
Yeah.
My knees. I wore the wrong boots the whole time. I was cold. No chapstick. I have a stomach illness now. Nick looks better than everybody else on his team, by the way. That's what I'm saying. The crew has to have a training session. You should make
Next to my coach.
You should make the whole crew go up to the mountains. At least just be up there and like just hang out up there.
What if I do like training runs like midnight, like for 24 hours? I'm just having there running to people's room, banging trash.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
ding,
that's
ding,
what
ding,
you
ding,
need to
ding, 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 ding.
We gotta go.
I'm
We
at
gotta help.
500 calories of this. I need you to make some soup.
All right. Yeah, I should be able to make cup of noodles blindfold.
Yeah.
Like, I can't see anything out here.
Change my shorts. Change my
Towel.
socks.
Wrap him. Because you have to know how to tie a towel and hold the towel up.
Yeah.
Or
man.
kids are gonna see things they shouldn't see.
Yeah. Exactly.
Where is Nick taking it from here?
I'm gonna try and PR this 50-mile race, see if I can get the best time, and then after
Between
that,
me and you, Nick, I know people are listening, family members, but does Nick have is he thinking about like 250 now?
no, I will get better. I'll give you the juice answer. I'll get better at hundreds.
Forever.
I want to finish.
Are you guaranteed?
The next goal is. I'm not guaranteeing nothing.
Are you guaranteed?
I'm gonna do the again.
Record-
I'm gonna
on the
have
record.
only juice answers, right? I don't make promises. I need a plan. I need to do this. I can't tell you until whatever else.
They don't know.
I understand. Like now the goal.
I like
is
to
for
feel
the
important, so I wouldn't tell you absolute last thing.
for the hundreds. If there are future hundreds, if there are future hundreds, I will. My goal is to cross to that finish line running fast, and maybe get a sub 24 hour, and not have any injuries, and just be like those people, and make it easier on you guys. Like, look at he's one of these main guys that are coming here.
That'll never be.
Yeah, but that's that would
every
be
single
something.
course is something completely different and different obstacles.
True.
Now that I'm learning, it's like, yeah, the first time you tried it, you were in the desert. It's 108. It's completely different
Yeah.
fueling you need,
Yeah.
water requirements.
Oh God, javelina would have been way easier on the ankles. That's for sure. Okay, but so the next one is I want to PR a 50-mile, and then I'm gonna say it here. There's a 50K out here at O'Neill Park. I wonder if I can place first. There's some good runners out there running those. I mean, I did pretty good in that one. It's a smaller race, so maybe I have an opportunity. Maybe I just get real fast at it. That's the Jarett method. I get fast.
You're not going to do 100 again, according to family members. But why do it again? Why?
Why do it again?
Yeah. What's the point? You reached enlightenment. You did it. Why are you?
The challenge aspect of it. How much better can I get at it? I enjoy that training, the setting a goal and maybe kind of pushing your body to it. I don't know.
Finding something
new out there. I mean, life is a series of them. I didn't figure out every life lesson out there. There's just still a lot. And I think it's also like a muscle.
Breakdown.
Yeah. I mean, I also think it's like a muscle, right? Like you learn something new every time, and you need to consistently have your body challenged like this.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Man, the 50 is a good challenge.
Yeah, 50 is a good challenge too, man.
Well, I learned something out there. I don't know what Nick maybe learned, but this was one of the greatest experiences of my life. I really didn't think I would take away all of this. Me watching you do that and drawing so many parallels to my life, like it was
good.
I had a break. Yeah,
it was good having you out there, and this ended up being a 2-parter episode. I had left the people for a cliffhanger, and I'm glad they got to finish this next portion of this episode.
Yeah,
But,
we didn't want juice in the cabin the
yeah.
first time. No juice was allowed for
No
24
juice.
hours.
It was a juiceless weekend, and that was a great day. But redemption, it's not a finish line. It's a promise that you keep to yourself, mile after mile. I'm Nick Meraz. This is Jarett the Juice Horton. That was the Kodiak 100. And this is the Ostrich Running Podcast. Cue that outro music.
Bitch. Who says you need to fly to reach the top? Keep beating your block till your feet are hot. Get your head out the sand, join the flock. It's okay to run scared, we enjoy the lie. I'm an odd kid, like an ostrich. I got a pod, kids, here's a topic. Blaze your own trail, don't be cautious. 2 birds, 1 stone's how I rock it. Can't make an omelet without breaking a shell. But the say grew up, now I'm raising hell. Haters gonna hate, yeah, they pray and you fail. So put in the work, whether pavement or trail. The grades fell down, but they got to the feet. Run your own race, put this pod on repeat. Shake your tail feather, keep nodding your beaks. Ostrich gang, or you're not my